My name is Arne Hendricks. I'm a Dutch artist, artistic researcher. Artistic research basically means that you take the freedom of the arts to investigate things that are interesting in society. In my case, that is the economy, food, the human body. I sort of between science and art. And I'm a storyteller as well. So whatever I find, I try to share it with my public in whatever ways. Not often in an artistic way like a painting or a sculpture, but mostly as a story or as a conversation with the public. I think what I was just describing to the people is like it feels a little bit like a sacred space, like a place where you go to retreat and to reflect, to think about life and yourself and your place in everything. And of course, it's proximity to nature. You're in the middle of nature. That is a very powerful force that you sort of connect to when you are in Rokonomat. And one more thing is that what I'm starting to also learn is that it's also very much about the people that are attracted to Rokonomat. So it's not just the place itself, but it's also the people that it attracts. And so this combination between, I wouldn't say like-minded people, but people with a certain interest to be close to nature or to reflect on the place of humanity on this planet, I think that makes it also very special. Yes, so welcome to Hara Hachibu University, or what is also known as the Incredible Shrinking Man artistic research. This is an ongoing research for the last 15 years, where I'm trying to see if we can embrace a culture of shrinking, of less, of non-growth, in a creative way, in a way that we desire. So I'm looking for stories that show the beauty and the importance and the power of smallness in society, because I think in our world it's a lot about growth, it's a lot about more, it's a lot about competition, but that's only half the story, and we are putting too much emphasis on this half of the story, so that all our impulses, all our creative energy is going towards more and growth, and we are spending not enough time in putting our creativity to smallness, to shrinking, to less. So Hara Hachibu University is an invitation to the public to start a dialogue about less, to creatively engage with the idea of shrinking. Hara Hachibu is something that I learned when I was visiting Okinawa several years ago, and it means eat until you are 80% full. So don't eat until you're completely full, but eat until you have enough. And it's a very simple advice that you are given at the beginning of a meal. And I think it's one of the most wise ways to start a meal that I've ever heard. It's a super interesting advice actually for society at large. To take one step back, not to fill the entire space, and to keep some room for instance, creativity, or to move, or to be flexible. It's a very wise philosophy, I would say. Also, maybe you can see that I already have some tools here. I have a broom and I was raking. I was cleaning, let's say, the space around the university a little bit, and then I realized that this tool is not very different from the stories that I'm sharing. The stories that I'm sharing here are also tools. Tools to take care of the planet, tools to change something for the better. So I would invite the public to come here and not to see this as truth, or to see this as an individual expression of my artistic interest. I would invite the people to see them as instruments, to have dialogues, to think about, to criticize, to reflect, to maybe think about things in a different way, and to add stories too. So it's also a place where I ask questions to the public. Please, let's have this dialogue together and let's learn from each other. It's called a university, but it doesn't have a professor. We are all the professors and we are all the students in this university. So it's about collective wisdom and about filling the story space with more stories about less and shrinking. And take your time, don't rush it.
Bye! Bye, Rokonomat! See you at Hara Hachibu University.